It's 6 a.m. and Singaporean Choo Tze Huang prepares for another day at the golf course.
If they bring the crowds in, maybe slightly. But I think golf is over. It was over 4 days. It's like a little marathon, and like I said, the ball's round. Anything can happen. So.
The 32-year-old Singaporean is a professional golfer who currently plays his golf on the Asian Development Tour, or ADT. The ADT is a feeder tour to the main Asian Tour, and the top 5 players at the end of the year will earn a right to play on the main Asian Tour the following year. Choo turned professional in 2011 after a stellar amateur career where he was the top local amateur golfer in Singapore. However, since turning pro, he has not had the best of records. He has yet to win anything on both the Development Tour and the main tour.
It's been a very bumpy road. Definitely not the smooth transitions, like some of the luckier ones, I would say, the more talented ones. It's a real grind over the last 8 years. And then turning professional, everyone in the field has a chance to win. And if you're not on your A game, you're not going to be in contention, or you might even miss the cut. Say if you're playing golf for a living, a missed cut means no income. Even a make cut, sometimes you might still lose money because of our expenses. It's a real challenge just to kind of block it out and just to focus on playing golf and hitting the shots when you're there. Because I think a lot of times I'm guilty of it. I make the cut, I'm doing fairly okay, and I say, okay, let's try to finish in the top 10 to make X amount of money. And you play the third round and you're trying too hard, and you're afraid of hitting a bad shot. You're afraid of, what if I miss it there? What if I miss it here? It kind of escalates through the round and the pressure is there. It's something that you have to learn through experience.
Choo was first introduced to the game by his father and uncle when he was 6. But it was watching Tiger Woods dominate the golfing world that helped him cement his decision to turn professional.
I was 10 years old when he first won that Masters in '97. Years coming, he was doing good. I remember sitting down in the car with my dad one day and I'm like, Dad, I want to play professional golf. He has supported me since. He told me, you're going to make sacrifices if you want to do it professionally, which I did. So he had his terms and conditions. Obviously, I went along with it, and here I am today.
Well, to start off with, I was having very high hopes when he first started because of his amateur career, right? Then after a couple of years, I realized that it's a completely different world. The only support you have is from your parents. I realized that it's going to be a very tough life for anybody pursuing this golf. And he being one of the best players we have in Singapore in the amateur days, right? Doesn't mean anything, because once you go into the professional field, you are thrown in a big ocean and you're competing with the rest of the guys.
Oftentimes, Choo travels with other Singaporeans while on tour. They try to save on cost by sharing whenever possible.
If the rooms are big enough, we can room 3 in a room. That splits the room cost by 3. If not, we at least have a roommate, so that's half. Even when we travel, we try to get the same flights or at least arrive at the same time. So taxis, same thing. If you travel one other person, everything is kind of half.
Having been a professional for 8 years, Choo is seen as one big brother among the young contingent of Singaporean golfers.
For me, he's always been like a big brother because he's always been older, and then he was a trailblazer for me, being like the first Singaporean to play college golf. He's been like that to the other guys that have turned pro as well.
Tee-off time 1:30 p.m. First to play from Singapore, Choo Tze Huang.
Since 2016, Choo has been based in Malaysia.
Just being based here gives me more opportunities to practice. I feel a bit more comfortable here because I can do my practices without being disturbed.
Choo has had a difficult career so far. Naturally, he has entertained thoughts of quitting the game that he loves.
There's many times that I wanted to quit, and there was all the down times and the struggles I went through, and my dad at that point, he never gave up. The people behind me that has pushed me through my professional careers, my family, my manager, believe in me.
So on the finance side, it's tough. Not only me, I believe all the parents, right, whose kids are playing, right, is facing the same problem. Fortunately, we can still afford it. I have to draw a line. Every year, he will spend roughly about $40,000-$50,000 to play all the events. As you know, they play something like 12 to 14 events a year. which is pretty costly. Now, once you don't make the cut, you have no money. He didn't make a couple of cuts, but money is so small. It's not enough to cover. This year will be his make or break year. Okay, I accept that golf goes up and down, but it cannot be down for too long because it costs a lot of money.
So what would success look like for Choo?
Success to me, I would say, is to be full-time on the Japan tour, and then hopefully be a winner on the Japan tour, or even maybe hope the Asian tour. As of now, mid to short-term goal is to make it on the main tour, on Japan or even on Asia. And once I've achieved that, then I'll look further to where I can bring my career to the next level.